Oh man, first morning in New Mexico.
Clock went off at 2:30.
Yep.
We went to sleep at 12:30. I'm gonna find somewhere to bed down around this place for a couple hours today. If the wind keeps blowing like this,
Man, that wind is rough.
it may be the
It
truth.
is.
No.
And Stacey said it was supposed to be nice today. Beautiful.
Yeah. Boy, we're gonna get the prettiest weather you've ever seen the next 5 days. I'll walk outside and it's a tropical
No,
sun.
whatever,
After these
willow
first
trees.
few hours is all I know.
If you got a good pen, you ought to be able to get good and close.
You know
Got a
they
good
got,
pen.
you know they got one about 60 yards off the side of that.
Did y'all get into forest at all here today, or did y'all just stay on the road? And how?
I ain't got out of the truck.
Yeah. It was all I could do to pull the keys out of the ignition. This guy's screaming on that thing.
Do it again. Do it again.
I'm trying to get my damn phone together, pull keys out, drop pins.
Matter of fact,
One was close, but the rest of them are up on that freaking hill.
Y'all going after the close one first? No.
Yeah. That's about right. Well, it's getting hot in here.
Let's go,
go.
chauffeur.
Do it.
Take me to the turkey, he says.
Yeah.
See you, boys.
see ya.
Knock him out. Go get her clean, ain't you, Drew?
Yes, sir. Just from experience, she's about 4 BBs better when she's spick and span. And with the way I've been doing things here lately, them 4 BBs may make a big difference. You're 15 yards from the truck. Oh, I ain't ate nothing yet, boy. Well, we're on our way in. I don't know if y'all can tell how bad the wind's blowing, but it's gonna be a rough start. Wind's supposed to die down as the day gets longer, though. We heard a turkey off the road yesterday evening. Somewhere up in here. It's hard to put a pin on these jokers from that far, but we're gonna get up here on this big bench before it goes straight vertical and wait there. We'll hunker down up under a little pinyon juniper here. We're hoping to be within a couple hundred yards of a goblin turkey this morning. We kind of buckled down a little open spot on the side of this steep mountainside. The wind is kicking it, but with a little luck, hopefully we're close enough we'll still hear him. And it's the first morning of New Mexico. Looking forward to wrestling some of these hard-hitted Merriam's here. Can't tell. Goblin. He's hitting the collar. He might be across the road though, ain't he? That didn't go as planned, did it? I don't know if we were listening to that turkey's echo because he was off the bench or something. So we listened to a turkey gobble, but thought it was a cross. Hadn't heard anything that we thought was on our side. we're sitting on this old pushed lane here. I see a turkey start to come out. So, hey, there's a turkey, and I walked out to the scene and just looking at it. I said, man, it's awful big. His head wasn't real bright. I eased my binoculars up, and there's a long beard. He just saw us and just whip. I don't know if it was the turkey right over the lip there that came to us, or I don't know. That's about the craziest thing ever. Well, that happens a bunch of times over the next few days. Crap. On the move. Just trying to chase some distant gobbles, really. Wind's still kicking it. We need it to calm down. Feel like that last one was around that knob, didn't it?
What's that?
Air is definitely thinner. There's no doubt about that. He's probably got a hen. Gobbling really sporadically. He just gobbled over the crest a little bit further away. So we bumped up to closer to where he's been for the last 45 minutes and gonna wait on him to gobble again and see what happens. I'm hoping he's just yo-yoing back and forth, back and forth. Fine one, playful one bill, huh? nice fine spot to kill him.
I'm cold.
Me too. Well, we never could turn him up. We just did a little investigating on where he was at. You can see there's his track right here. He was hanging right here. This little opening, probably where he roosted right there. Several good trees right here, but that's a mighty fine one there. So, learned a little something. Maybe we'll capitalize on it if he roosts close to there again. We'll see. Ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir. I think this moon might provide us
Just enough light.
just enough.
It's the second morning in New Mexico. We are going in on the turkey that we worked second yesterday. Got in there, got a good read on him. He had him a nice little strut zone and a nice little spot that he seemed to like. And he roosted right above it again last night. I know y'all don't know that because I forgot the camera in the room when we were roosting last night, but that's where he roosted. And hopefully get nice and close before it breaks daylight. Gonna use that moon right there to do so. It's 15 after 4. They started gobbling yesterday at 5:40 or so. Hour and a half before it's gonna start breaking. So we've got us a little elk trail here that we're gonna go straight up on. So hopefully that'll keep things quiet. We're all situated. We're on this little opening that we believe he's roosted right above. Fairly certain this is where he spent some time yesterday. We're probably not going to be extremely close to him on the limb. Maybe 100, 150 yards. I sure hope things work out this morning and Drew was able to put his hands on his first Merriam turkey. something was up, didn't he? I don't think so. He just went straight to those hens, didn't he? Yeah. Did you see him at all when he hit the ground? Yeah. It's about 60 yards. Through some of that buckbrush. That's the way they left yesterday, I think. And that's a tough one. 54 yards is how far Drew was from him on the limb. He dropped down kind of uphill, and his hens were yelping. And he just went straight to him. We had a beautiful setup, just didn't work out.
I just wonder if when he turned around on that limb and strutted away from me,
I'd have clucked.
if he'd have clucked to me.
I don't think it would have mattered because them hens started up. He wasn't coming down to he heard from them hens.
But you know, they didn't really get going until right before he flew down.
I mean, they started late too.
That's what I'm saying. If we'd have clucked to him before that.
He waited till they flew down before he flew down though.
Yeah, that's true.
As y'all saw, he was right there in that big old pine tree.
He landed.
We had a beautiful opening here, and he landed right on the backside of it. Walked right on the backside of this opening to his hens who were roosted in the ravine right there. And he has not gobbled since.
54 yards from the limb. Here's what I say, Dave. I don't know if you agree. But we move around 20, 30 yards and cut and yelp and try to get him to gobble. At least let us know where he's at.
He's straight behind that pinyon right there. And he's not very far, he's just over that pinyon. I just wonder if he's coming back to where it all went down this morning. If he does, I wonder if he's gonna come up here or if he's gonna go down. I'm shaking like hell. It's because I'm cold, man. I just don't know if Colin might send him the other way with those hands. Yeah. I wonder if I just scratched in the leaves if he'd gobble at it. It almost made me wonder if that's why he gobbled, because he heard us walking. Ain't no leaves here. Is that a hen yelping, I hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, my God. My leg. Oh, I can't feel it. Oh, yeah. Yes. Drew's got a summer fever plan. Thank you, God. Thank you. What did you say to me? I looked up and that hen was running down that trail, and I knew you were on the wrong side of the tree and couldn't see her, and I knew who was behind her. I just knew. I didn't want you to make any sudden moves and spook her. I didn't make out what you said to me. I know, and I was just... I just heard his feet. Did you see her? You ever see the hen? Did she come before him? Dude, she came right through here. She came right through here. I said, go look to the right, and about the time you got your head turned to the right, she was right here in front of you and walked right across there. He was moving quick, and I yelped at him, thank God, he said. Yep. Oh, I thought he had seen me. When I first laid eyes on him, he was running. I thought, has he seen me already? I thought he had saw me, because I was doing this. The camera wasn't on. Was it on when I shot? I got it on, yeah. And then, but I think he may have seen something. But that if we don't make that last move right there. No, that don't happen. That don't happen. There's your Miriam. Single season slam, baby. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Oh. I can't believe that just happened. Thank you, God. Thank you. Single season slam for Drew Boy. I may have pulled it down on him a little bit. I don't know. I'd have been a little low. But he was... How far was that? About 35 or so? I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to make sure he gets going good. I think we've seen him before. Do you? Huh? Something tells me we've seen him before. Something tells me. I've seen you before, old boy. Yes, sir. End up rascal. Yeah, he was chasing her, son. I mean, chasing her. Like a buck deer chases a doe. I'm talking about she come running by and buddy, he was running right behind her. So where was he standing? He was right here, wasn't he? Right there, yep. Watch his tail. I think you can grab his legs now because he looks pretty dangly. Give it up, old boy. I had it on him when he was strutting. Then he started moving, and I think he may have been right behind the tree that you were up against when you shot him. What a dream, Bob. New Mexico Merriam. New Mexico. I like New Mexico. Man, that's some cute little spurs, ain't they? Let me look at that. Watch my gun. Ooh, that's a 3-year-old Merriam. Yeah, a little hook to this one. For dang sure. Maybe older. She ran through here? She ran right in his footsteps. Did you say to your right? Yes, because that's where she came up. Do you know what happened when you said that? You took to your right and she ran in front of me. Yes, that's what I just told you. Like, I watched you move your head slowly to the right. He was standing right here? And as you moved your head to the right, she was running to the left. I should have just never told you anything. But I just knew who was behind her. I knew dang good and well who was behind her. And I looked up and all I could see was a fan in his head. 34 yards. I knew it was about 35. Holy. What time is it? Probably about 8:30. 8:11. Probably 8:05. Yep. We've been right here in this daggone living room all daggone day, just having to... We sat down 54 yards from this turkey. After roosting him from 481 yards. We just came in here yesterday and found this little opening. Found I mean, we just knew this is where he lived. Now mess him up, I don't know. All I know is it got hairy. He was running. I wasn't sure if he was running because I never saw the hen. If I'd have saw the hen, I'd have known, you know. Yeah. That sucker's gonna stop when I yelp at him. Yeah, he was right behind that hen. I can't believe that hen ran right through here and you never saw her. Never saw her. Oh, national forest bird too, you know?
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Oh, we did it. We learned him yesterday. We put it all into action today. It took all of it that we learned from him yesterday to kill him too. That's right. I mean, everything that we learned Every in here single thing we yesterday. learned.
Let me walk y'all through it real quick.
Well, first off, he roosted right there. We're right by where he roosted. We roosted, what, how far up there? About 75 yards right there, maybe?
I think it's that pine tree to the right, is it?
Or is it not? Is it? No, that ain't big enough. It's maybe that one behind that one. Anyways,
That's what I'm talking about.
he roosted up here about 60 yards. We slipped up. We thought he was probably 100 up this little ravine here. Well, he was 54. And we watched him on the limb all flipping morning. And
He pitched away from
he pitched into the hill, which didn't surprise me, but these two little openings on the side of this just kind of a nasty rocky shell mountainside, these two little openings were littered with turkey sign yesterday, and that's where we got on him. He was right above one of them openings. And we had listened to this turkey yesterday, day before yesterday even as well, and knew he was roosted in here, but we just chose to go for another turkey. Anyway, we got in here this morning, he pitched down, and instead of walking to the opening, his hens were in this gully you see behind me, this ravine. They were roosted right up here on this hillside. And he flanked us. He got by us about 65, 70 yards, got to them, and we were out of the ball game. He quit gobbling, whole 9 yards. So we made a little loop and got up across the little ravine, gonna get above them and gonna get on that same hill as them because he hadn't gobbled. We had assumed that they had went that way. So we got up there, and just as we were walking up, he gobbled twice. And he was right over the hill, but he was down. But we just sit there, and we knew better than to call to that turkey, because yesterday when we fooled with him, he gobbled at the call, but the hens took him the other way. This morning the hens were vocal, but they didn't come to us. That let me know they weren't aggressive, so they weren't going to come to a call very well. So we just kept quiet and basically just, you know, it was a chess match. Let them move, and then we counter move. We're basically guessing where they're going to go. And our knowledge of this place, knowing that there was all this turkey sign in these hills, and also knowing that right at the end of this hill, they weren't going to get on the front of it so that we couldn't see them right here, because it is sheer and nasty. That's what we walked up this morning. So we knew if they came back to this side of that gully, they would have to come through right here. And he gobbled one more time, and we heard him on this right side. And you slipped down to that pine tree because you said, if they go to that field and we're sitting right back here, then the game's over.
When I got to that pine tree, I hit this stick right here with a rangefinder, and it was like 28. And then you see that farthest,
that black tree or that green
black tree
bush?
back there in the very
yeah.
deep, it was 60 on the nose.
So you knew if they
I knew
came
if
in
they
the
came
field,
to this side,
yep.
he would have to be a fuzz this way for me to have a shot at him. But and obviously, I was on the side of that big old pine tree, so I'd have felt pretty comfortable. But
and let me tell you where Drew did, because he knew the turkeys would be coming from across this gully here. So instead of getting on the front of this pine tree, you can see it in the video, he's dug in right here with this pine tree, using it kind of to hide him, because he's going to try to kill him right here, which is what he did. But I'm back there behind him, and he's got his head right up against this pine tree, and he can't see down his right side here. He's hidden by the tree like so. I'm behind him. I look up and I see the hen coming down this elk trail, and I try to get the message to him. You can see I'm at that pine tree there, you know, so I'm 12, 15 yards behind him, and I say, to your right, because I don't want him to make any sudden movements and bump the hen, because I knew who was behind her. And as she's going up this elk trail right here and crossing right here at like 20 yards, he's moving his head from here to here. So literally he gets to here, and has already run across the field.
I laid my eyes on her.
Never knew she's in the world.
The only one I ever saw. And when I saw him, he was moving.
Yeah.
But he was chasing her.
Yeah.
I thought he had done
Made us.
I
Yeah.
was like, this is fixing to get west. Because he was plenty close enough to kill.
Yep.
But coming down that thing.
But he came across, and as soon as she got across the field here, I cut my eyes. I was trying to get the camera on, but I was trying to be slow. And I looked up, I saw his fan come across that doggone elk trail, and his head was just tucked back and brilliant. And I'm still trying to move that left hand up there to the power button on that camera. And he comes up to that elk trail, and as soon as I punch the power button of that camera, I click record, and I thought he may have seen something. I don't know if maybe he was just craning up to try to find the hen, because she done run out in front of him a little ways. But he flanked left and busted in the strut, and I figured out we was all right then. I knew he was just entertained by the hen and trying to find her. And as y'all will have seen, he
ran down that gully, and Drew caught up to him about right there, about 34 yards. What a flipping hunt. Started at daylight. We ain't moved.
We started long before daylight.
We started long before daylight, but we knew we were in the game in daylight. Oh man, that was fun. Gosh dang it. Drew's got his single season grand slam the year of the COVID. I called him when I was in Illinois last week, and I said, hey, do you think you can get away for 10 days? He said, what you got up your sleeve? I said,
well,
I'm thinking New Mexico. And he's got a fair wife. His wife's all right. She's at home with a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old.
And it's she's the reason, you know?
Yeah. So, when he called me back and he says, look, I can get 10 days, but not 10 and a half, not 11. I've got to be back here in 10 days.
Do we get on an airplane so we don't lose days of hunting? Do we risk the COVID situation?
Yep.
Go in an airport?
Man, what a day. You ain't lying. What a day. That was fun. There were some chess moves going on there. It's tough when you get in a situation where you feel like calling ain't going to work.
And we didn't.
And that's one thing, if it's field turkeys or something you can put your eyes on so you can keep making those maneuvers. But when you're trying to do all that maneuvering on an occasional gobble, that makes it pretty tough.
When we finally decided to move on him, he heard one call.
That was to stop him.
And that was to stop him. This whole COVID stuff, you don't want to ever take away from the impact it's had on our society, but in light of the situation,
provided some folks with some opportunities they'd never had, you know?
Yep, me being one of them. And I am very appreciative.
And it's fun, man, when you get to a place like this where some turkeys to hunt, and you're with good group
buddies,
of guys that get to come back and
like-minded people.
Yep.
That like to have a good time. You don't have to kill one every 2 hours.
Yep.
Just scratch one out here or there. You don't even have to kill one. But
somebody to either share the excitement and success with, or share the pain and agony with.
That's right.
It helps either way you daggone slice it. Well, you ready for one?
Yep. This headache I got lingering is probably fixing this.
Ooh, we finna send that into orbit. Let's strike them up.
That solidifies my single season slam. The only thing really different is
put you in these kind of places.
It puts you in these kind of places. That's exactly what I said. That rascal, I mean, yeah, he means a lot to because they all do, but does he mean any more if I was laying beside a...
These unique experiences, though, stick with you.
They do.
People that don't get in that truck, get on a plane, whatever they got to do, and go to different areas and different places and regions and just seeing the world with a shotgun in your hand and a yelper in your mouth, man. It's a hell of a thing.
Sure is.